What's up, YouTube? Back with the fourth video because the last one was quite depressing. Very good song, a B plus. But I'm gonna do a Survivor one because I love Survivor, and it's the top 10 secrets Survivor does not want you to know. I've seen some videos like this in the past, so I'll probably know most of them, and I'll try to explain like why they don't want you to know it. But yeah, we'll see. Turn it up.
The tribe may have spoken, but there's still more to say. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 10 things Survivor doesn't want you to know. For this list, we're looking at some behind-the-scenes secrets from Survivor, yet excluding
Well, this is a relatively new one, so maybe I haven't seen it.
scandals because those deserve
Or, I mean, maybe they're, I know I haven't seen this one, but maybe they're newer things.
a list of their own.
I don't know, so Spillo was 39, season 39, and there was a big thing about him inappropriately touching females, and he got voted off because of it, which was appropriate, because if something like that was happening, we wouldn't want to continue to put the females in a uncomfortable position, and so there was just a big controversy about that.
Number 10. The show uses body double.
And this is good. So yeah, they do use body doubles, but it's not for running the actual things. But like if they miss a shot that they want to recreate, they don't just keep the contestants there. They just use body doubles to recreate it.
We all know that every reality TV show has some element of fakery, so it shouldn't be much of a surprise that Survivor does too. While technically the contestant
Ty, I don't know where I'm pointing, but Ty is my favorite, one of my favorite survivors of all time. He's the guy with the glasses.
Contestants do all of their own stunts and challenges, they do sometimes use body doubles for certain shots.
For reward, Survivor's ready.
Think about those sweeping aerial shots that you see sometimes. Yep, the people you see in those aren't the actual survivors. When asked about it early in the show's run, producer Mark Burnett was unapologetic about the practice, saying, quote, "I couldn't care less. I'm making great television." Okay, point taken.
All right, Brain Tribe, grab your stuff, head back to camp. Beauty Tribe, grab your stuff, head back to camp.
Number 9. There can sometimes be pre-competition alliances.
I think this only really occurs when people have played before. Other than that, it's really hard from what I hear to get those. They're really not supposed to happen though.
Survivor Cambodia's Second Chance was the 31st season of the show.
Again, second chance. They've played together, so they've probably had contact with each other, and so they make alliances prior to getting there. Even though they don't know whether or not they're going to be on the same team, once the merge happens, if they're both still there, they're going to make alliances.
Which aired in 2015. In this season, rather than a new cast of players, the producers let the public vote on which former contestants should return back for the season.
You will get a second shot. Get up there.
Since many of them had actually met before at various functions, there were plenty of opportunities for alliances to form before filming even began.
Kelly Wentworth and I are like this, and nobody would see us coming.
Jeff Varner in particular said that he had already formed partnerships with many of the other cast members before they even arrived at their
I've been bamboozled!
Destination in Cambodia. Number 8. Tribal councils are really long.
Yeah, they're like 3 hours long because they have the tribal, so they talk about a lot of things to make sure they get everything that they want, and then they vote, and then the producers put those votes in in a certain order. Sorry, my brain's not working right now. It's kind of late. And then so that way when they read it off, it has more suspense.
In any reality TV show, they film way more footage than they could possibly use in a half-hour or hour-long episode.
So, a lot has happened since the last tribal council.
While we get to see about 10 minutes or so of each tribal council meeting, in reality, these events take many.
Alright, can't let him go by. Cochran's a great character, but character that I want to see again.
See about 10 minutes or so of
Philip, the secret agent. He is one of the more iconic players just because he was so out there, so crazy, that you couldn't believe a word he says, even though it was proven that everything he said was right and true. It was great. He's awesome. The secret agent. Spies Are Us? I think. No. Yeah. Maybe it is Spies Are. Yeah, Spies Are Us.
Each tribal council meeting, in reality, these events take many hours every single time. Reporter Andy Dennert visited the set of the show back in 2008 when they were shooting Survivor Gabon in Western Africa, and said, quote, "Give thanks that it's edited, since much of the conversation is also kind of boring. Yeah, we can't say we're surprised."
Russell.
One of the most iconic players also, Russell. He is one of my favorite players.
The tribe has spoken.
2 times in a row he should have won. 2 times he got screwed. That season was a couple seasons later. He got voted out pretty quickly because of his reputation.
7. People do sneak things in.
I've heard about this. Like, they'll like put things in flints inside of like sleeve hems and wearing like fishhook earrings. Smart.
There have always been rumors of contestants managing to sneak things into the game to help them along the way. Remember Kel with the beef jerky all the way back in season 2?
That you thought I was eating beef jerky during that. What I had was a blade of grass and I smushed it up into my jaw and I was chewing on that.
In the aforementioned 31st season, Second Chance, it was alleged that former winner Richard Hatch snuck matches in with him in his butt. But there's at least one confirmed instance of a player using true ingenuity to bring in contraband items. PG Law made herself earrings from fishing hooks that could serve as a dual purpose.
I didn't realize it was her, but that's smart.
And also created a cardigan that had flint on it for making fires.
See?
Number 6, Jeff Probst nearly left the show.
Yeah, the whole thing was with him was when his contract came up, he wanted to be a producer of the show and have a lot more say into what happens. And then if they didn't let him do it, he was going to walk away. I don't think there was ever a chance that he was going to leave. They were always going to allow him to do that because he is such an iconic person. But yeah, that was the story.
The show's host, Jeff Probst, has been around since the very beginning and is pretty much...
I also think that's one of the reasons the show has done so well is they've kept the same host who can grow with the show and learn about the show, and that's
synonymous with Survivor. But you may not know that over a decade ago, in 2009, he actually quit the show.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
According to an interview he did with the New York Times, he said, quote, "My Achilles heel for a lot of my life was that nobody saw me as a storyteller, that they saw me as a white guy with dark hair who was just a game show host."
I didn't realize he actually quit.
He wanted to shed that image and start fresh. So he made his official resignation. But the higher-ups told him to take some time to think about the decision, and of course, he ultimately decided to stay on.
Joe coming back. He's been terrible in
That's interesting.
this challenge so far.
Thanks, Jeff.
Number 5. Some hygiene items are available.
Yeah, I've heard this too. I think no, I don't think sunscreen's provided. I don't remember what is provided.
While it may seem like the contestants on the show don't have any luxury items except the ones they're allowed to bring with them, there are a few things that the show provides for safety and hygiene. This includes tampons, sunscreen, bug spray, and even condoms. Yep, gotta make sure they're safe out there. Many have wondered how the women of
Don't want those Survivor babies.
Survivor stay so hairless throughout their time in the show, and asked whether they have been given razors to keep up their appearances. But producers deny this, saying that if they don't have leg or underarm hair, it's because of laser hair removal procedures. Number 4, clothing is pre-approved. Have you ever noticed that players on the same tribe seem to be surprisingly well coordinated when it comes to their clothing? That is no coincidence. The show's producers have final say over everything that the players wear when they're competing, and they make their decisions based on which colors will look good on camera, as well as ensuring that there's cohesion among tribe members. Candace Woodcock even said that they made her wear a sports bra to give her a more athletic look, even though it's not what she would have chosen for herself. Number 3, contestants get driven around.
Did not know that.
While it may look like players trek their way non-stop to get where they need to go, if you think about it, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Considering some of the challenges are filmed in varied, visually stunning locations, It doesn't quite add up that they'd all be within walking distance of each other.
That makes sense. I know that there's certain areas that they can't leave outside of camp, so that makes sense.
Let alone the set where they filmed the tribal council. Contestants are typically put into vehicles where the windows have been blacked out so that they don't know where they're going and can't figure out the route. Number 2, there are trial runs for challenges.
For today's challenge, 4 of you will be blindfolded. The other 2 tribe members will use verbal direction
Huh, that stinks. I didn't know that.
to guide you as you push a giant money stone through the jungle course.
When you see contestants learning about a challenge, it may be indeed their first time hearing about it, but the trial itself has already been practiced by the crew, sometimes.
Okay, that makes sense. The crew does trial runs, not the contestants. Okay, that saves it a little bit.
Several times.
To your left! No, I'm sorry! To your right! To your right! Okay, now toward the left, toward the left, toward the left!
A group of crew members dubbed the Dream Team goes through every challenge at least 2 times, including once as a full dress rehearsal where they wear the outfits like the contestants would.
I would love to be on the Dream Team. I'm actually trying to lose weight so I can try out for Survivor.
This rehearsal is filmed so that the camera crew can
I say try out, apply.
figure out their lighting and angles, and is obviously a crucial element in creating an exciting and dramatic show.
Boston Rob.
First challenge! Reward and immunity!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, many contestants are recruited.
And see, some people think that this takes away from it. I don't necessarily think that. I think they want to make sure that the show is good, and so you're not going to have only average shows. You want people who are super athletic, super likable, so of course you're going to go and recruit some of them, but a lot of them are still through the application process.
To get on Survivor, you have to apply and audition, right? Well, it turns out that the idea is actually a bit outdated, and while the producers do still accept applications, many, if not most of the contestants are actually recruited. What does that mean? Well, it means that they're actually casting aspiring models and actors instead of quote-unquote real people.
You know, when you're a big athletic guy and charismatic
Dude was dumb as a rock, but he was funny.
like I am, and I won't lie to you, it's exhausting.
Lynn Spillman, who heads the casting department, said that though they receive thousands of applications for each season, they usually aren't the type of people the producers are looking for. Ouch. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this up.
Those are good ones. A couple of them I didn't know. Yeah, I guess it's logical that they get driven around. I just didn't think about it, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. So that's my 4th one. It's ending on an upbeat note, you know. I'm going to probably be on again tomorrow to do some more of these because, again, it's spring break. I got more time to do stuff. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Until next time, YouTube, smile like you mean it from the Bushy Beard.